So if you have a lot of things in your life, if you have a lot of stuff, find a trusted source and put it there. I don't know how it works here, but in the US, the trusted source in our lives is the drawer in the kitchen. The junk drawer, right? You need batteries, junk drawer. Old Nokia cell phone, there's like 6 junk drawer. You know, we have a drawer like this. I don't know, can I get an Ethernet cable? Junk drawer, right? Find a trusted source. It doesn't matter what that is. It could be a basket. It doesn't matter. From an electronic perspective, it could be a tool like OneNote. I don't know. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But when you don't want to lose information, put it in a trusted source. Pick one location per medium. When I mean medium, I mean have one place to keep your photos, and one place to keep your text, and one place to keep your emails. And keep it open all the time and update it all the time. So if you have like a, to-do.txt, make sure it's available everywhere, so that if an idea happens, you have that trusted source, that place to put it. Now this is an interesting idea that I was introduced to actually in Norway. The notion of a work sprint. You guys probably do agile development, and you're familiar with the notion of Scrum, where the team will sprint for 2 weeks or 1 week, and then come back and then talk about the sprint. You should schedule personal work sprints. They can be any length that you want. I like my sprints to be 3 hours. So if I work from 8 to 6, I like to have a 3-hour sprint, and then lunch, a little email, 3-hour sprint, and then I think about my day. So I have 2 3-hour portions where I don't check email, I don't check Twitter, I don't talk to anybody, and I just work. This 3 hours for me is the right amount of time. Every person is different. Now there's this technique, and this is just one technique. It's called the Pomodoro technique. And Pomodoro is Italian for tomato, because there they have a kitchen timer, right? This is a timer that looks like a tomato for cooking and things, and they just turn this tomato, and it works very nicely. I have, here's my bag. This is my trusted source here, guys. My bag of crap. I know where everything is, though. So it's in the bag. There it is. So I have my personal timer. It's actually kind of cool because it's digital, but you turn it in order to set the time. I just put that. What's that? Yeah, it's just a countdown. So the Pomodoro technique introduces a new unit of time. Not a minute, not an hour, not a day, but a Pomodoro. So a Pomodoro is 25 minutes. Again, this is just one person's idea, so I'm just sharing it with you guys. It's not the whole magic plan. But they suggest to work in 25-minute focused sprints. So you set your timer for 25 minutes and you put it down. And you work. And every time you're interrupted, you can have like a little sheet and you just put a tick to say, I've been interrupted. It could be a phone call, don't answer it, or maybe if it's important, you have to answer it. And then you can, at the end of the 25 minutes, you have 5 minutes. You can take a break. You can reflect. You can look and see, well, I got interrupted this many times. Why? How can I make that not happen in the future? But there's 2 kinds of interruptions. There's external interruptions. Someone came to your desk, someone knocked on the door, the phone rang. But there's also internal interruptions. You know these interruptions. They usually start with Alt-Tab. Check the news. I'm just checking the news. I don't know. This cat wanted to check the news. I don't know. Why did you want to check the news? Go stop doing that. This is this twitchy kind of like, I've been working for 10 minutes in a row. Check the news, cricket scores. Check the news, soccer scores. Internal interruptions. You should keep track of those. The Pomodoro technique has a free PDF if you go and search the web for it. It's like a 10-page PDF. And it challenges you to have an attention span again. We don't have attention spans anymore, right? Someone told me once that their iPhone broke for one day. And he had never been so bored in his life. He couldn't even use the bathroom because he didn't know what to do, because I'm sitting in the toilet and I don't have my phone. What am I going to do? That internal interruption has kept us from being able to focus. even for 25 minutes. I challenge you to try to do something, whether it be check email or write an article or post for 25 solid minutes. Be aware of the number of internal interruptions. Observe them, accept them, schedule them, or in this case, stop doing them. So people who are really intense about the Pomodoro technique will then start to schedule after a few weeks of doing this. They'll say, well, I can write that code in about 5 Pomodoros. And they'll think about that term, Pomodoro is about half an hour. All right? Everything okay, guys? All right. This is one of my internal interruptions. I'm really good at this. I'm serious. I'm really good at this. The other thing is to think about external interruptions. This pictures in the back here are social networks. These are also some of the external. Check your Facebook, check your phone. Your best friend is your off switch. Take the battery out of your phone. I've even gotten so frustrated with that kind of internal, kind of itchy sense that I need to check my phone, is I'll just take my phone and I'll throw it out the window. Throw it out the window, put it in the backyard, come to it later. I'll even give it to my wife and I'll say, don't give me this. Don't let me see this phone until this point. Okay? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and need you to have to work late. Okay. External interruptions, bosses. It's okay to hang a sign on your cubicle that says, don't bother me until 3 o'clock. Your boss and your cubicle mates may think that that's weird, but when they start seeing results, I don't think they'll think that's weird. Some people I've even seen tape. Do you guys have police tape? It's like that yellow tape on CSI. Yes. Yeah. I saw one guy just covered his cube in police tape and he just went inside. So go away. Crime scene. Work. It can be as simple as a small sign. Shut your IM down. It's okay to be unavailable for a few hours. You will be surprised how much work you get done. Network productivity trumps personal productivity. So productivity is great, but you also want to make people within your space productive. You want to make your neighbors productive, make your coworkers productive. Remember that you're actually helping them when you ignore their email. Because it also gets them focused on what's important. Remember that things flow, principles of flow. Everything that is important will find its way to you anytime. There's a guy who wrote a book called The 4-Hour Workweek, whose name is Timothy Ferriss, who said that he stopped watching the news and he stopped reading the news. And people, oh my goodness, how will you know if there is an earthquake? And he said, somebody will tell me. Right? What if there's a coup? Right? What happens? What if an airplane crashes? Someone will probably tell you. Important information, we'll find it. We'll find something. Do you honestly think that some of the, you know there was an earthquake in Chile? Yep. You hear about that? Yeah. You've heard about that. Somebody tell you, or did you read the news?
I read it.
Well, yeah, you can't. You read it on the BBC?
Yeah.
Well, you're paying attention to the news. I didn't know. Somebody told me. Somebody told me about it. Remain in the flow. Focus on the things that are capturing your attention. Focus on the code. The earthquake in Chile is very sad, but it doesn't get you to the next level if you're working on some code. So if you have your phone set to buzz if there's an earthquake in Chile, turn that off. Okay?
But maybe work with it. We'd be interrupted by this earthquake or what?
Well, if the earthquake is here, get out of the building.
Your business will be affected by that earthquake.
Yeah, if your business will be affected by that earthquake, I suppose. The idea is, though, that the sense of big, earth-shaking, literally, problems affecting you, you have to really ask yourself. You know, it's sad. Did the earthquake in Chile affect Cairo Code Camp? No. Right, so I feel bad for those people. I will feel bad for them next week, but I'm working right now. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused on the thing that you are focused on. Right? So the optimal number of threads, this is threading theory, in any system is one thread. You guys may think you can multitask, but you cannot. You can only context switch. You know, texting while driving, right? Here's a guy who thinks that he can multitask. I wish I could say that was filmed in Egypt, but I wouldn't be surprised.